Hi, I am doing my persuasive speech on this heroin overdose epidemic that we have been having here in Ohio. I chose to do this because this girl I graduated with, she was found yesterday on the side of the freeway performing CPR on her boyfriend, in which he overdosed, and if she would have called the cops, he probably would have been saved because they have the special adverse drug that they keep in their car for when they find overdosed heroin patients. But she didn't want to get in trouble, so she just decided to try to save him himself, and she failed. She could not bring him back to life. Drugs in general, drugs cost the U.S. at least $66.9 billion a year between deaths, crime, illnesses, hospitalization, and all of that stuff that drug addicts can get into. Every person, man, woman, child, everybody, they pay at least $1,000 a year to cover the cost drugs addicts cost the U.S. That's between unexpected health care, extra law enforcement for when they have drug busts and they need more people to go in to try to control the situation. Auto accidents is a huge one because if you're driving impaired, you're obviously, most of the time you're going to end up hit somebody or something and cause damage to your car. So there are over 600,000 people in the United States that need help from heroin. They spend an average of $100 to $200 a day on drugs. They spend so much money because they need it, and when they use so much, they need to use more to even feel the effect. They steal, they hurt other people, they drop out of school, quit their jobs, they do whatever they can because the drug has run their life now. Some statistics, in 1979, ages 14 and over used drugs in the past 30 days. 14% of people that were surveyed used the drugs in over the past 30 days. In 2012 years and older used drugs in the past 30 days was 23%. That's a quarter of the population of the United States. My question is, where is a 12-year-old getting heroin from? Who is selling it to him? How does he have money to pay for it? And where are his parents? A 12-year-old. 30% of 12th graders say that it is easy for them to obtain the drug. It just goes around school. And 12% of 8th graders know where to find it. In Cuyahoga County, in 2012, 161 people overdosed on heroin, and 71 people just in Cleveland overdosed. There was a total of 308 total drug overdoses, including heroin being the first, cocaine being the second, and oxycodone being the third. Officials said, quote unquote, heroin is practically falling out of the sky. Just in Ohio, in 2012, there were almost 1,300 overdoses. In 2014, it increased by 17%. 4 years ago, they didn't think that this was going to be a problem at all. They didn't imagine heroin being this big of a problem. In 2014, in the U.S., 91,000 people tried heroin for the first time, ages 14 to 49, and the average age being 20 years old. So the signs of heroin users are runny nose, needle markings on the arms, legs, between the toes, if they can't find a vein anymore. Their speech is slurred, they just want to be left alone, they don't want to have any socialization. 80% of the users do it with a partner, but officials found that 80% of overdose cases, the patient was found by themselves. So why would you let your friend overdose and just leave them there to die? It doesn't make sense to me. So how can you, we, and everyone help? I would think keeping your houses and cars and works and everything else locked, keep your valuables out of sight, because a drug addict will do whatever they can to keep their hands on your stuff. They steal change, they steal they sell at pawn shops, they can do whatever. Should we lower the cost for colleges and rehab? I think if we lower the colleges, people can go in and get jobs faster because they'd be going to school, but it's so expensive that they think I'm just going to spend my money on drugs and not worry about college. Or should we lower the cost of rehab so people can actually get help? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that want help, they just don't know where to turn. And should we be stricter on the laws when we catch people with heroin or any kind of drugs? Should jobs be more flexible in hiring people that have previous drug possessions on them? I mean, they're not going to find drugs at, McDonald's, but I don't know if people hire with felonies of drugs at McDonald's. I've never tried, and I've also never done drugs. But I think that if people were more flexible on allowing people or giving them a try and just watching a close eye on them, it could help the community out a lot. And I think we should also have programs for people that need help. Just, nonprofit ones that we can raise money and give people the help that they need. Like if they want to start volunteering somewhere, or it's not necessarily to get money, it's just to get them away from the drug. In Ohio's rules, under 10 doses or 1 gram of heroin, you just get charged fifth degree and $2,500 and 1 year in jail. If you get caught with 10 to 50 doses and 1 gram to 5 grams, it's 4th degree, 18 months in prison or jail, and $5,000. The highest you can be charged, which is mostly the suppliers, is 2,500 doses and 250 grams of heroin. You get 1st degree, 11 years in jail, and a $20,000 fine. Federal laws are the first offense, which is a $1,000 fine, and up to 1 year in jail. Second offense is $2,500 fine and 2 years in jail. Third offense is 2 years in jail and a $5,000 fine. Why not make them go to rehab instead of jail? Why not force them to go to rehab? Or say you can go to rehab or jail. We just let people go and leave rehab as many times as they want. My cousin was a drug addict and she got to go to rehab, but she can leave whenever she wants. She just had to be home at a certain time. So obviously she was going out using drugs because she could do it. She didn't have to be there the whole time. Why not make them be there the whole time? Why not try to save lives and make them be there instead of just letting them come and go as they please? I just think that I understand that police can't be around all the time and can't be patrolling all the streets all the time, but something needs to be done. And I think we as a community, we can do more by everything I named: locking cars, making rehab lower, or just offering a hand to people that we know are on heroin, because it's really sad at all these cases. I mean, you go on Facebook and there's at least 1 death a day of a heroin overdose. It's just outrageous. And with maybe legalizing marijuana in Ohio will help the problem. I don't think that it will make the problem worse, but something needs to be done. So I hope this speech persuaded you to try to do those things, lock your cars and not, keep things open for people to easily take so they can pawn it or go buy heroin if they want. And if you hear people talking about it, or just get them help or something like that we can come to as a community to, try to save people. And this is just becoming outrageous, and it doesn't need to be happening this way. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed.